Well, we ad lib, so it's a little bit different too. But yes, we do have a really nice weekend ahead, but we are going to have to track just one thing that could be a little bit messy for some concert goers, and that's an opportunity for some rain. It will not be too heavy, not too widespread, but we are going to see that chance. So make sure you're preparing accordingly. Beautiful day today once again, but we did see a few more clouds lingering out in the atmosphere up in the sky, and that actually shows us that we do have that additional moisture in the atmosphere and a better chance to see eventually that opportunity for some rain. So overall, a beautiful day. You can see there from our Carolina Camera Network, brought to you by Mr. Sparky, looking ahead to a great weekend too. Now the temperatures this weekend are going to be on the warmer side, at least for Saturday, but by Sunday, that's when we start to see that change, eventually bringing in some of those cooler temperatures. So as we look ahead, of course, to the next few days, some minor changes here. Let's see if the graphics want to start working. My goodness, technology is amazing until it stops working. Overall forecast tonight, we see most spots there in the 50s across the board from Charlotte all the way up toward the mountains. But again, the big story, of course, remains that opportunity for some rain. So here's the time frame here. Front starts to come through tomorrow afternoon. This will be your best chance not only for some opportunities for rain, but also the winds will turn breezy at times. I don't think it is a significant increase in wind speeds. However, because of the slight increase and the fact that it has been so dry, some counties across North Carolina, including Avery County, have put a burn ban in effect. Started actually at 5 o'clock about an hour or so ago and goes for at least a few days here as we of course track those winds. Again, not going to be substantial, but I mean, we've talked about it a lot. We haven't seen that much rain here in the month of October, 100th of an inch only in Charlotte. So it's already one of the driest Octobers on record here in the Carolinas. So you saw there that rain coming in again Saturday afternoon, early into Sunday. Overall, not a bad weekend, but the rain of course could impact some concert goers. We'll talk more about that coming up, but also a drop in temperatures. While the overnight lows are not going to be too bad, mostly in the 50s and eventually the 40s once that cooler air drives in, it's not the 30s like what we had just last week, but the high temperatures, that's what you're really going to notice, especially between Saturday and Sunday, a drop of almost 20 degrees when it comes to those highs. So of course, that's kind of a secondary change. I think most people, especially if they're going to be out and about on Saturday, whether it's the concert or just watching college football, just getting their weekend going, right? It of course is the rain. So let's talk about it. Showers will start to move in across areas west of 77 around 4 o'clock or so. By the time we get closer to 6 and 7, that's our best chance here in the Queen City. I will say because it's so warm, the atmosphere will be slightly unstable, so we will have to keep a very close eye on a very, very low risk of an isolated thunderstorm. So just be mindful of that. Of course, the rule there for Bank of America Stadium is within an 8-mile radius. And then as we head into Sunday morning, we'll see more clouds, areas of patchy drizzle, and then we'll dry out into the afternoon. So if you want another look there at that chance of rain, if you're heading to the concert, there you go, about a 20 to 30% chance. Best time frame between about 6 to 9 for some of those brief showers. Again, not a substantial threat there, but we do have that threat there nonetheless. Hopefully it turns out to be a situation where it stays dry in uptown and it just rains in South Charlotte. As we look at your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, along with the concert tomorrow, of course, App State's first home game there since Hurricane Helene. Not tracking any rain for that as it is at 1 o'clock, and then cooler and drier air does mix in once again heading into the early half of next week.
All right, looks pretty good.